like, it's time to go ahead with your journey. You just finished high school, or you just finished your degree, or you at an unfulfilling job and you just like, I gotta do something else. But society told you go ahead and get that job. Society told you go ahead and take the college route. Society done told you this the way to be and this the way to go, right? But then you got that other side to you that's like, ooh, I'm really gunning to do A, B, C, and D. And it's like this whole nother non-traditional route, right? And then you get to try to tell people about the thoughts that you have, and then they like, nah, I wouldn't do that. But if you do this, then you're guaranteed to get this, and this. You know how they try to they not switch you with the benefits, but like that don't sound like a benefit to you. It just sound like regular. And then folks want to call themselves logical. Yeah, but they want to call like the entrepreneurial minded, the emotional, like the non-realistic. That's real interesting to me. Okay. It's really interesting to me. So let me know if y'all feel that gap where it's like, ooh, your parents want you to do this one thing, or you want to do another, or it's like, okay, this unfulfilling job is paying my bills, but like I'd rather do something else to pay my bills, but like I don't know if I can do that because I don't want to be stuck between a rock and a hard place. But it's like, to be honest, y'all be thinking that y'all not stuck between a rock and a hard place, but it's like y'all are, because you fiddle back and forth in your mental about, should I leave this job, should I try for another job? I'm trying to leave this job for another job, but then they not hiring and it's not working out for me, right? It just seemed like ain't nothing working out for you. But it's like you always in between this gap where it feels like it's stagnation, but you're not truly fulfilled. Like your unfulfilling job is just the route that you took has not landed you in a place that you actually care for, or it hasn't landed you in a place that you actually feel like fulfillment in, or you landed in a place where it just feel like you're not really satisfied with where you are in life. Like you never thought you would be in this place. Like I remember having this conversation with my dad a while ago, right? And my dad, he went to school for culinary, right? But he ended up at a job that's clearly not culinary, right? It's very more so structuredized type of work. It's not, culinary is very much so hands-on, project based. Smelling the fragrances, smelling the aromas, loving to cut things and see starting things from scratch and then coming out with a meal and something that's very presentable. It's very creative. But then you'll get told by society, no, don't do culinary school because you need something more practical. You need something more realistic, right? Okay. Hello, everyone. You need something more realistic, right? Okay, so society would tell you what you need versus what your internals is like. Oh, I really want to be a baker, or I really want to do culinary, or I really want to do something with the arts. Like, there's a lot of people that love the arts, but everyone is like, oh, that's the starving artist. Da, da, da. Okay, however, so we've all gotten to that place where we're stuck in between that gap of like, this is what society say, but this is what I really want. We let me know in the chat, have y'all ever been in that place? And then anybody watching a replay, write it in the comments and let me know if you're in that place right now or you've been there before. Okay, so everyone thinks like the route to becoming stable is to go to school, go to college, and then find a job and hopefully find one. Like I even sometimes I watch who is that? Jack Morgan. And he's like, it's so crazy how, back then we were all taught, millennials, we were all taught like you need to go to college and then hope to God you get a great internship. That's was the thing. You go to college, you get an internship, and then and then you stuck at a great job. You not stuck at a great job, but you have a great job with benefits, supposedly, right? Okay, boom. But have y'all noticed that like jobs have been losing the privileges of like pensions, of like benefits and medical and dental packages. Those things have been trickling away. Okay. So it's like the job placements are losing its benefits. Okay. It has been losing its benefits. Okay. So this is the thing. While you seeing that your job is not really benefiting you, right? It's not really benefiting you. You don't really feel like you fit there. You don't feel like you really even mesh with the people there. Now that's real bad. Like if you had a job and you just feel like the people ain't doing it for you, and you literally is just there for the paycheck. Like you don't got no tribe, no nothing at your workplace. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel for you. For real, for real. I feel for you. Okay. So, anyways, while you went to go and learn skills at the college, there are jobs that you have, right? That as you start to create a work history, you have built skills over time, right? You have built those skills over time. But my question is to y'all, why do people act like they don't have skills, talents, and abilities? And instead, they go out and trade all of that to work at some job they don't like. Please. But then on top of that, it's folks that know that they valuable. Because if you know you valuable, you therefore know you're going to produce income. Okay? So people who have taken their skills, let's say you know how to do accounting. Let's say you do people's taxes. Let's say y'all gonna get this gist. Let's say you know how to do landscaping. Okay, boom. Those are taking skills that you know, things that you naturally know how to do, right? Okay. That's naturally wired in your head. And they have taken those skills, right? And they're taking their skills and turning it into income online. Through what? Digital products. Through what? YouTube. Okay? These are the two different areas that I help as a digital design coach you guys through and how to get to making income through YouTube and e-commerce. Yes, you can make income through YouTube without being monetized, and people do not understand this. I'm gonna help y'all understand this. Okay, boom. You do not need to be meeting the YouTube guidelines or requirements to monetize your YouTube channel to make income from it. You don't. Widen your eyes, didn't I? Widen your eyes. What? How you doing? Okay. So this video is for anyone who feels like their talents are going to waste. Their skills is going to waste. Or they could be somewhere else better spending their time than at this old ish over here. Because this is your old you over here. This is your old you. This is society. And this is your parents up over here. Okay? Over here is your real potential income over here. What you actually like to do and how you are making the most of your time. Where you're actually satisfied with the way of how you create income. Not you asking, begging, and taking income, but income to naturally come to you by your natural gifts. Okay, boom. So let's talk about the alternatives, okay? Let's talk about the alternative ways than to be stuck at a university. Now, I'm not a person that's totally against going to college. That's not, don't get me wrong, because I went to college, okay? I actually went to a university, but I turned around.
Time to say your prayers and keep a gratitude journal.
But I actually turned around and I said, I'm going to go to a technical college. I went to a university at first. I turned around and I said, I'm going to go to a technical college. I'm going to go to a trade school. Okay, technical college and trade school are somewhat in the same. I'm going to say a technical college is more like it's more like science. It's like it got like more of a science to it than like a trade school. Like trade school to me, it's one and the same, but trade school to me, it seemed like, I don't want to say home ec, but let's just say home ec. It gives like a more home ec feel, but like the technology part, it gives more like a science type of background, like being very analytical and very hands-on type of schooling. Okay. So those are your alternatives. If you don't want to go to college, and a lot of people are like, why do I want to spend thousands? Why do I want to spend tuition? Why do I want to go through this FAFSA stuff? Why do I want to go through financial aid? FAFSA, if I didn't say that right. FAFSA stuff. Why do I want to go through financial aid? Okay. Okay. So alternative is technical school. So when I went to technical school, it was a while ago. Okay, believe it or not. I think I paid, what did I pay? Like 4,000? 4,000. Probably like 4,000 for what I wanted to do. Okay, which was marketing. Okay, great. Okay. So, like I said, at first I went to a university, but then I only went for 1 year and I turned around. But I'm gonna tell you this. I do like the dorm experience. I ain't nothing like the dorm experience. So if you want to go out and experience the dorms, okay, period. Do you? You feel what I'm saying? But if you want to save that coin and you don't have a whole bunch of student loans, let's consider the alternatives. Okay, let's consider a sweeter route for your pockets and for your mental load. Okay, period. All right. Because we don't want to be wasting dollars and wasting time. Okay, no. Okay, and wasting brain cells. Okay, let me tell you something. I'm not a person. I'm not a person that really likes school, but I understand the purpose of school. Like I'm one of those type of people. So like the type of grades that I got in like high school and stuff, I got some A's, probably like two. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. Because some people choose school and schooling based on if they actually like to be in school or if they know how to understand things or however they grasp information. For me, my grades in like high school was like two A's, mainly B's, and like two C's. So like two A's, two C's, and mainly B's. I'm like that type of student. Okay. So I'm a person that's like, I see the purpose of school, but I don't want to like be in school. Like, okay, and then another thing I said on my other video, like, I didn't see the point of a bachelor's degree. If anybody got a bachelor's degree, congratulations for you. But I never saw the point of a bachelor's degree. And you want to know what's really sad to me? What's really sad to me, I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but you know, is that I'm hearing these rumors, and I heard it like some months ago, that like they're saying nurses aren't a thing. Like the nurse degree is like starting to get like minuscule and like not really mattering. That's really interesting. Somebody said I was acting up in the dorms. No, I wasn't acting up in the dorms. I just enjoyed the experience. Anyways, let's get to the alternatives. Okay, so yeah, trade school or technical school. Like if you're very analytical, you love computers like I do. That's why I'm YouTube and e-commerce coach. But if you're really into like computers, you're really into like HVAC and like electrician type of stuff, go to a technical college. You're going to pay so much less and you're actually going to have a niche. See, this is the thing. You know how everybody talks about if you're going to start YouTube, you got to have a niche, right? Okay. That's basically what technical colleges are. Like trade schools and technical college, they're like niches, right? But they're not like these broad general degrees like a communications degree. I don't even know if they have that anymore. Like when I was going to school, you ask people what they major was, and they were like, "Oh, my major is in communications." And I'm like, "What?" Like I remember like Like when people ask me what my degree was in, like when I first went to university, like I was gonna do psychology. But then when I turned around, I was like, no, I'm about to do marketing. Okay, boom. Because when I thought I wanted to do psychology, I sat down with like one of those people from the college and they were like, I told them what I wanted to do. And they was like, oh, what you want to do is not psychology. They were like, what you want to do is social work. And I'm like, I don't want to do no social work. I turned around. Cause when you in college, you like, what major is I'm about to do? Okay. So I turned around and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the technical college and I'm about to learn marketing. And that's what I set to do. Okay, boom. So you don't have to get a widespread general degree. Forget that. Don't get no communications. Don't get no ish like that. I don't even know no other examples. Don't get none like that. Because marketing is still a thing. Like we got social media marketing, we got TikTok shop, we got boot, we got back. So I do not regret going to school for marketing. I do not regret that at all. Because that's all people are doing nowadays. From like commission sales to now I know retail is going down the trash, but retail is still valuable. You know what I'm saying? TikTok shop is like the retail, however, but it probably is around like commission sales or however. But anyways, besides the technical college, besides the trades, you also can go for certifications. And actually, I am in a certification class right now. Today was my first day. So certifications are like, okay, if we said before that technical colleges and trade yeah, technical colleges and trade schools are like niches, like a smaller sector of a broad topic. Okay, well, certification is a certification. Like think of a triangle upside down, right? So it's your broad university college, it's your technical trade school, and then it's your certification right there at the tip. If you want to learn something, but you don't want to pay so much money just to learn that thing, go for a certification. Okay? Like you can chat GPT different certifications based on your interests. Like just tell chat GPT what your interests are and then ask them like, are there any like certifications around the things that you like? Because that's how I'm in this certification class right now. So this is the thing. How do you take your certification or your technical college skills and put it online so thus you can use your skills and then create a platform online? Okay, instead of staying in college, I mean, you can get the college degree. If you want to do a hybrid, you can do a hybrid. If you want to stick to what your parents say, okay, let me appease my parents for 2 seconds, but let me do what I want to do too. Like sometimes you feel like let me do what my parents say and let me do what I want to do. Or sometimes you like, I just do what my parents say because I don't want to think about this because this is too hard because I really don't know how to start my own brand. I really don't know how to start YouTube. I really don't know how to start no e-commerce. I really don't know how to put digital products on the back end and how to sell them and share my links and stuff. I'm not that technical. I'm not that tech savvy. Okay, boom. So you like, I'ma just ride out to what my parents said, go to the college route and get this traditional job and see where it take me. Okay, boom. And sometimes in life, people, they what's that phrase they be saying? Let it flow? Not let it flow. What is it? I'm going with the flow. Yeah, folks be like, I'm going with the flow, right? Okay. Oh God, you go with the flow too long, you gonna be stranded somewhere. For you gonna be stranded and stagnant, and they're gonna be wondering why you feel lost in your life. Okay. So, anyways, so you can either skip the traditional route altogether and start to build your platform, or you can go the hybrid route. Go ahead, do the college. Go ahead and do your online platforms. Okay. So what does this actually look like if you want to bring your skills over to a platform and thus create income for yourself? Okay? Because a lot of kids in college be like, I'm a broke college student, this and that, this and that. And I know y'all be using the refund checks because I did. I know I did. Okay. So anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to pick a skill, a talent, an interest that you like. Not just something, oh, you think it's cute, or oh, you think it would be fun if this, or oh, I think I can do that. Or you see somebody else doing that topic or doing that type of content and you're like, "Oh, I can do that content too." No, that's not how you want to do it. Do not start out like that. I promise you, because I believe in doing things that comes natural to you, so that thus when you create the content around it, people can connect to it easier, and you will feel like making YouTube videos or creating digital products will become easy because it's something you always think about. Okay? It's something that comes naturally to you. Okay? So you're gonna pick that skill, gonna pick that talent, you're gonna pick an interest that you do. So, like, for instance, I always say if you're lost in life, go back to your childhood. I always say that. Why? Because in your childhood is when you had the most free time. Now, everybody did not have pleasant childhoods, but you don't always have to go to your childhood, but you can go back to your college days. You want to ask yourself, what was I doing then with my free time and what did I most enjoy? Okay? What were you doing? So, like for me, for an example, whenever I was bored, I would always go on Canva, right? I would always go on Canva and I would start just making random collages. I would always go on Canva and start making random thumbnails. I ended up on YouTube back in 2011 and started making all these different thumbnails and all these different YouTube intros, right? Whenever I got bored, I would always be designing something. This is what helped me get to digital design coach for YouTube and e-commerce. Okay, boom. So you're going to ask yourself, what did you like in your pastime? What did you do? Were you writing? Were you drawing? Were you baking? What were you doing? Okay. So then you're going to build a message around it. What do you mean by build a message? Okay. So my message here on this YouTube channel, right, is to take your talents, your skills and abilities and let that create income for you. So thus you are being your natural self and you are aligning by your own design, which is thus why I have this coloring book that's published on Amazon as a digital design coach. Because this came from my grandma always giving me coloring pages as a child. Every time I go to her house, she'd have a coloring page for me. And she'd be like, "Oh, that's so gorgeous. That's so gorgeous." And you know how grandparents, they were talking about, "Oh, that's cute." No, my grandma was serious. My mom, she was like, "You really know how to put colors together." Like that was something that just came natural to me. And then when I went to school for marketing, and then when I started YouTube back in 2011, I kept making YouTube banners, YouTube intros, and I just knew what colors went well together. So, whatever you know how to do naturally, showcase that, but have a message for other people to grasp so that they want to stick to your messaging, so that they like, share, subscribe, and save your content because you are talking about things that naturally come to you, but somebody else is having that problem, but you know how to solve it. So, for an example, because I know how to make YouTube graphics, YouTube intros, and like branding on a YouTube channel, how to lay out your YouTube channel so it makes sense for other people, I was like, okay, I'm going to be a digital design coach. I say I also know how to put digital products on the back end of an e-commerce website, and then people who want to become you know, creating their hobbies into their interests, or they want to make a brand or they want to make a business but they don't know how to put on the back end. That is a talent of mine, but somebody else don't know how to do it, right? So you're going to do the same thing. Whatever you know how to do, whatever you know how to solve naturally, whatever you have the answers to. So, like, you could think about this. What do people always ask you on a day-to-day basis for answers for? And you just naturally have the gift of gab for that thing. That's what you need to be making your YouTube content. That's what you need to be making your message about. That's what could become a service. That's what could become a digital product. So let's say, for instance, you're really good with cars. Let's say your grandfather told you how to fix cars. Okay, boom. Other people don't know how to fix cars. Okay, so what you can do is you can start you a YouTube channel and create a message behind it. Not just, oh, this how you fix this type of tutorials, but what is the message you want people to gain? Like, what is the tagline? What is the phrase? Like, with businesses, like, okay, I'm trying to think of one. Like Nike's whole catchphrase is just do it, because it's like a sports thing. So just go out and do it. Just go out and have fun. Just go out and play sports. Okay, boom. You need a message that's going to go across your content, whether that's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, however. And that message needs to get reiterated with every piece of content that you do. Okay? This is the message that people will subscribe to, that will make you attract an audience. Okay, boom. Now you got an audience. You created the message. You got your YouTube channel. People are attracted to your message. They're subscribing to you. Great. They're giving you likes. They're giving you comments. They're giving you shares. They're giving you saves. And then you start posting different things, like on your YouTube community wall or something, and giving people updates that help them, not updates about you. See, this is the difference. When you're creating content online, this is the biggest thing. Do not create content about you. You can share your experience through the examples, but it's about them. So I help people craft and create a message for YouTube and e-commerce, so that thus they can take that message and connect it to their digital products and their YouTube channels, for people who need the solution in the things that they talk about. That's what that is. I hope I described that well, because sometimes I have a hard time explaining it. Sometimes, yeah. Okay. So once you attract an audience, then you want to start creating offers, right? Okay. So remember how I said you don't have to be monetized on YouTube to be monetized. Like, you don't have to meet the YouTube, meet all these goofy numbers. No, you don't got to do that. Long as you got, like right now, my stuff say 188 subscribers. Okay, imagine if 188 folks was buying your products right now. You would have some good money, wouldn't you? Right. So you want to create products, digital products, from your idea. What are digital products? People make this so harder than they have to. Okay, let's say, for an example, let's go back to your college days, right? And you know how you probably got bored one day and you just started writing a book just up out of nowhere, or you started writing a Word document for class. You just write up a one-page Word document, or you made like those little check boxes. You was on Word one day and you had a whole bunch of check boxes, and that was just a file, a document that you used because you needed to keep track of what you needed to do next. Okay, people want that type of stuff, because sometimes you know how to organize something better than the next person, right? Okay, you can make checklists, you can make a Word document, you can make a PDF, you can make videos, like, through YouTube, of course, right? These are digital products. They're just digital assets that people want the information to. They want that information. And because you have that information, and through your messaging, you have created trust. They trust in your message. They trust in your belief. They trust that you can guide them to the solution that they desire. right? So my audience desires to leave a unfulfilling job. My audience desires to leave things that don't make them satisfied and turn to a new direction where thus they create income independently. Whether that be 1099 work, okay, you no longer W2, you are 1099, or you just straight up entrepreneur, okay? That's who my audience is. People who are building, they're building towards an audience. They're posting. Like a lot of people, okay, this my whole thing with social media. Because a lot of them folks out there, they'll be like, oh, you just need to post your stuff. You just need to keep posting. No, they telling you some garbage. You want to know how I know they telling you some garbage? Because that was me. That's why I created the things that I created in the background. And I'm going to get ready to tell y'all that. So anyway, your audience is going to find your offers, okay? Now, you can have 3 paths with the digital design coaching from me, okay? So either you can do straight up YouTube monetization, okay? You can do straight up e-commerce, your digital products or your services if you're going to be a service-based business, or you can do a hybrid of both. It's all dependent on you. It's all dependent on what works for you. Not to pressure you, not to feel like you got to do both or you know, one or the other. No, it's all up to you. This is YouTube, so it's all up to you. My message, aligned by design, it means aligned to the original parts of you, not what society told you to do, not what your parents said, go to college. No, it's what do you want? What would most be fulfilling for you? How would making income be more fulfilling for you? But it comes natural and not a force. Because a lot of times when we're forcing things, you're wondering why ain't ish panning out the way you thought it would. Because it's not natural. And that's the whole thing. Like everyone's talking about, I'm going to go off on a tangent just a little bit. Everybody's talking about how the food ain't real. No, duh, it ain't real. You want to know why? Because I don't see nobody. Who out there planting this stuff? Who out there being farmers anymore? If you making fake food and you're forcing food to come out the 3D printer, hello. No, it's not going to be natural. No, the food ain't going to taste right. And that's exactly what y'all doing. Y'all over here trying to create a fake taste, what they call it, imitation crab. Y'all over here outside making imitation crab. Of course it ain't working. Of course it don't feel natural. So you don't want to make your life imitation crab meat, but really, you got all the juice. Come on now. You got all the juice, but you done gave all your energy to society. For what? For what? When you know that you're a creative. You know that you are a creative. Okay? You know that something is pulling on your heartstrings and that you want something new. You want something different. You want to change your direction. You want to make a shift. Okay? But you have to get to your fed up point. And everybody has not reached their fed up point yet. Right? Like, you know how they say you cannot change people. They have to change on their own. Yeah, they have to meet their very own fed up point. Not society or somebody telling them some ish outside of them. Their internals has to tell them, okay, I'm done with this ish. Just like a smoker or anything else. Okay, I meet my breaking point. I'm done with this ish. Because otherwise they're going to keep doing it because they think it's normal. All right. So how do you start translating your skills, right, into YouTube, into e-commerce digital products? Okay. So I have 2 things. Either it depends on where you are. Now, I have the e-commerce builder workshop. It is less than 14 minutes. It's a less than 14-minute video that shows you how to get your digital products out, how to lay them out, how to put your product listings out there, how to share your links so that thus you can distribute your links for people to come and click on it, see what you're offering, and buy from you. Yes, I teach that in a 14-minute, less than 14-minute video. So you gonna know exactly what website to use, how to put it on there, how to make product images. It's already done. That's already available. Okay, boom. So that's for the people who already know their brand, who already know their skill, who already know their craft. They know what niche they're going into. So let's say, for an example, you are very skillful at baking, right? But you want to niche down your baking. So you could be like, I'm really skillful in baking lemon cookies and like lemon cakes. And you just the lemon lady. Okay. You're gonna be the lemon man or the lemon lady. Okay, boom. You're like, okay, cool. So I know how to make anything lemon desserts. Okay, boom. You just niche yourself down. So you're a baker, but your specialty is in lemon flavored desserts. Okay, boom. So you're gonna make digital products about the different not the different ingredients. Sorry, you don't want to give your recipes unless you want to give recipes out. Recipes can be a digital product. Boom. But you could be like, how I set up my bake shop. Okay? And you can list all the different stuff that help them start their bake shop. Okay? You could be like, these are all the supplies that I got for my bake shop. Okay, boom. You got some more money because you just made another digital product with all them supplies. So somebody else who want to be a baker too, they got them supplies. It's that simple. It's that simple. You create something that somebody else wants, is looking for, put it in a Word document, put it in a PowerPoint. All of us, I don't know about all of us, but as a millennial, we were taught the PowerPoint. Maybe you want to make a PowerPoint slide and just sell that PowerPoint slide for them folks for whatever reason. Okay, let's say you are in college. Okay, boom. Here we go. Let's say you are in college and you like, how the I'm finna make some money because I need some today. Okay, because it'd be like that. If you know your friends, let's say you know 3 college friends of yours right now, and you ask them like, oh, what class you had the most difficulty in? Let's say it's a subject you know. Okay, like you know how they be having tutors and stuff. Okay, let's say there's a subject you know. You can literally create a PowerPoint slide and help all 3 of your friends, and they all buy it from you. Boop. You got your digital product. It's done. And because you got the e-commerce builder workshop, it's already sitting up on there. All you got to do is give people that link. Text message them that link. And you got some money. Long as what your message says on that product listing is what they're looking for. That's why you got to craft your message first. Craft your message first so that it attracts the eye. Make sure that you talk about their fed up points. Make sure that you talk about the loops that they're currently facing over and over and over in that messaging. And then they will feel attracted enough and moved enough to buy from you. And thus, that is how you monetize, not just on e-commerce, but you monetize.
Phones, no iPad.
But you monetize through YouTube. You see? And that is what I teach as a digital design coach. Okay? So if you don't have a brand yet, you don't have a message, you don't have a YouTube channel, I also have the Because You Are a Brand playlist. Okay? It is 12 videos from you posting with no traction because we all been there. We posting where my likes at, where my comments at, where my saves at, where my shares. You be mad. You be mad. You be hella mad. Cause you like, I done came up with this way of how to post this content. Everybody say post my content, but my content ain't doing nothing. Okay, and you be pissed. And then you be thinking like, what I try to start this ish for? Then you start having all these negative thoughts and stuff. No. Because this playlist is for you to get rid of all of that. This playlist is for you to assure, give you reassurance, to give you clarity. Okay. And it's to affirm, right? Affirmations coloring book for creatives and entrepreneurial spirits. It is for you to affirm the journey of 1099, of entrepreneurship, of putting digital products up online. Is to affirm your journey. Okay, so you built with you posting with no traction. Okay, so then it's going to teach you how to build a structured message. How do you actually talk to people so that they want to subscribe to your channel, that they actually want more from you? Because the likes, the shares, the comments, that is them liking, is giving you a momentum through their scope of life. And so that thus you know what else to post because they're talking and chatting with you in your comments. You see what I'm saying? They're giving you the momentum. Once you've connected the message to them, they will give you more of a momentum. And then thus, that's how you also find out what products they want, so that thus they will sell for you and you can induce income. Okay, produce income. Okay. Then I also teach how to actually brand your YouTube channel. A lot of people do not be branding their YouTube channel, and then they wonder why folks don't come back to their channel, or folks aren't subscribing to their channel. Okay. Did you brand your YouTube channel? Did you brand it from the thumbnails? Did you brand it from your messaging? Do you have a consistent message that people know what your videos are about? Or your videos are going to surround a certain topic? Because when I first started YouTube back in 2011, right? I was posting anything. I was posting everything because I started with YouTube with singing, then I did travel content, and then I did hair content. So nobody knew what video was going to be posted about. Okay? So we want to have a consistent structure, a consistent message, right? Okay, boom. And after it's about the YouTube branding, then we'll create your first offer. I'll have you think about creating your first offer, okay? And then lastly, laying out what your e-commerce products or what it would look like. Okay, what would it be? Like from your about page to your home page, all these different navigation pages on your e-commerce. Okay, boom. So I help you lay that out as a digital design coach. And that is with the You Are a Brand playlist. Okay. I will have my website in the description box as always, so that you can choose these two different tracks. Either you're ready to put your digital products on there online with the e-commerce builder workshop, or if you have no brand, no messaging, or your messaging is not clear at all, or no YouTube channel, then you want to get the Because You Are a Brand playlist. Okay, so 12-step video sessions. 12 video sessions from being lost to having confidence with posting, with launching, basically, with launching your business. Okay. So you don't have to choose between appeasing your parents and building for yourself. But just know that your skills and your talents, your hobbies, your interests, they have an expiration date. Believe it or not, they do have an expiration date. Because I think the older you get, that's when the people, they do start looking back at their life and they're like, dang, what if I really did pursue A, B, C, and D? You know? So I just am gonna give y'all a quick little overview of this coloring book. So this is my coloring book. It is on Amazon. Okay, it's been on Amazon since 2019 as a digital design coach. Like I said, it's an affirmations coloring book for creatives and entrepreneur spirits. So here is one page. It says, I possess the qualities needed to be extremely successful. Boom, it's a business lady. This one says, I embrace new avenues of income. And it's like a little purse with some little lipsticks. Okay. And then I'm going to show y'all another one. Show y'all the first one. It says, create your own scene, lights, camera, action. And this was my camera I used when I first got on YouTube. When I first bought my first camera. So, yes, y'all, I basically help people affirm their creative side, their entrepreneur side, helping them get from unstuck to having clarity, guidance, and confidence. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely when this live ends, check out my link down below so you guys can get the e-commerce builder workshop, or you can get the Because You Are a Brand 12-step video session playlist. All right. I'll see y'all next time.